When I color match, I always look at the ends of the hair. When you go to the gym, where do you put your hair up?
Could you tell me a bit more about the actual hair itself?
Sourcing of the hair is really important. What is your goal? Like, why do you want hair extensions in your hair? Welcome to my channel, Madalena here. Today, I'm gonna have a consultation with Molly because she's gonna have new extensions put in. So I just wanna show you what are the steps to having good consultation when it comes to hair extensions. So the first question that I wanna ask you, Molly, is what are you trying to achieve with the hair extensions and what is your goal? Like, why do you want hair extensions in your hair?
So I'd like more fullness to the hair, and I'd also like when I style it for it to last longer.
Yeah.
Because it always tends to drop out quite quickly, so I'm hoping it will help hold the style better.
So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to examine her current hair. I'm going to look at the scalp, making sure that it's in a good condition. There's no alopecia or any like psoriasis or any sensitivity in the scalp. I'm also going to look at the hairline and the density of the hair. So around the face, that's really important. So I'm just going to show on Molly's hair. So I'm just checking the density at the front. So I want to see if the hair is going to be healthy enough to hold the weight of the hair extensions. And I just want to see what would be the right method to apply in Molly's hair. The hair is in a really good condition, so there's no problem with that. The scalp looks really good as well. No alopecia, no dry scalp, no sensitivity. And I also like to look in the crown area. So in the crown area, obviously Molly's hair is really healthy, but sometimes the crown can be a little bit damaged if the hair is really bleached blonde. The crown area is really important because I want to see how far down it parts. So I don't want to put extensions too high up because they're going to be visible on the second or the third day of wearing the extensions. So that's where her crown parts. So I think the extensions are going to come obviously under there somewhere. So we want to make sure they are hidden and you can't see them. The hair is clean now. The crown doesn't part anywhere, but I think in 2 days' time it's going to start to part a little bit. So we want to make sure that's going to be covered. Now there's a lot of density here as well, so there's no problem with that. The hair is really in a good condition and the scalp too. So in terms of the examination of the hair and scalp, this is amazing. So it's ideal type of hair and scalp for us to apply the extensions. The second question that I have is about Molly's lifestyle. So I want to ask her if she's going like to the swimming pool quite often, doing swimming or?
Not particularly, no. I go to the gym, but I don't swim very often.
Okay,
no.
so when you go to the gym, where do you put your hair up? Is it low in a ponytail or up here in the crown area?
Generally in a low ponytail.
Low ponytail,
I would say,
okay.
yeah.
So that's really important because I'm going to decide where to apply the extensions. So the placement of the extensions is decided by where the client or the model is wearing their hair when it's up. Okay, and also going in the swimming pool, obviously we do know that the chlorine does dry our hair and it will dry the extensions as well. So we need to make sure that the client is aware of that. So there's not a problem if they're going, but just for them to be aware that the quality of the hair might get damaged a lot sooner. The third thing that we do in a consultation is color matching. So I've got my ring with the hair on. So normally when I color match, I always look at the ends of the hair and then the roots really. I mean, most of the color houses don't have a lot of coppers and reds. In this case, we've got 2 different tones. So what I'm gonna do, and the way I normally do it, kind of spread it out and I'm gonna put it over the ends. So this matches really well. And then I'm going to take the other one. Let's see the other one as well. So this is a little bit darker. I can already tell that. But obviously we all know that the natural hair is not a block color. So we're always going to have like different tones going through. This is a little bit deeper. So it's got a bit more depth to it. And it's not as copper. It's more red copper, I would say. So the other color is better. And then if I have like a balayage or an ombre, sometimes I do go for the roots as well. Like I want to see if the roots are matching as well. So I'm just going to show you. Obviously this is more of a balayage. Yeah, Molly's hair is very different, but you can see we've got an ombre balayage tone there. So the fourth point in a consultation is we have to talk about maintenance. So obviously hair extensions are really expensive, so you need to make sure that you look after your extensions. Really important to come for maintenance, reapplication every 6 to 8 weeks, and obviously depending on how quick your hair grows, so it might be sooner than that. Making sure that you use the right brush is really important, so a bristle brush is ideal for hair extensions. Using the right shampoo and conditioner, again, it's really important, and making sure that any products that you're using in your hair hasn't got oils or silicones, so anything that's really oily at the roots will make the attachment to come off. Another thing that we're talking about in a consultation is pricing and longevity of the hair. So when it comes to pricing, I'm just going to break it down now. So the first thing is you're going to pay for the hair, and the second thing you're going to pay for the installation, and then you're going to pay for the maintenance every 6 to 8 weeks. So let's say if your hair would last for a year, if you're coming every 6 weeks, then you will come in a salon for about eight times, so 8 times a year. And then every time you're coming to have them refitted, you're gonna pay again for that maintenance. Do you have any questions, anything you want to ask me about hair extensions?
Yeah, could you tell me a bit more about the actual hair itself, like where it's from, anything about that?
Sourcing of the hair is really important, so our hair is ethically sourced. Unfortunately, the human hair market is not very regulated, and it is $1 million market, but our suppliers are always making sure that the hair is ethically sourced, and there's really strong agreements and regulations to make sure that all this is met by our suppliers. They monitor continuously to make sure they operate under fair trade and policies, and they making sure also they are compliant with the law of the country where the suppliers operate. This is the hair that we're going to use. What I have here are tapes. I think tapes are going to be the best method for Molly because they're really easy to apply. They're invisible, very light as well. And these extensions are 18 inches, cuticle aligned and intact, so in a very good condition. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Molly, for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and if you want to see the video where I'm going to apply the extensions in Molly's hair, stay tuned for the next video. Please like, subscribe and follow me on Instagram, and put your questions in the bar below.